Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, Bitcoin is looking for a short-term bullish move. As you guys will know, a few days ago, Bitcoin fell all the way down to historic support around $6,400, and from there it bounced over 15% in less than 10 hours. Following that, Bitcoin has traded sideways in a bull pennant, forming an ascending triangle pattern, which is pointing to a bullish breakout in the next 24 to 48 hours. In today's video, we're going to be looking at short-term chart patterns, oscillators, moving averages, longs and shorts, and key levels of support and resistance to come to an understanding about where Bitcoin is right now and where Bitcoin might be heading over the next few days. By the end of this video, you're going to walk away with a sound understanding of the short-term market forces applying to Bitcoin right now and why and where Bitcoin may be heading over the next couple of days. All of this information is going to inform your trades, and I'm going to show you a profitable trade later on in today's video in the What's the Trade segment that you could consider making in today's video. Guys, I think we have a great one lined up for you today, so if you guys do enjoy today's video, remember to hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps out the channel when you do that, and I'm very appreciative. And if you're new here, I'd humbly ask you to hit that subscribe button. We post daily cryptocurrency content, and I wouldn't want you to miss any of it, so that button is down below. And also, guys, before we dive on into it, I want to mention that the channel is completely sponsored by the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. It's you guys learning over here that allows for this channel to continue to grow and thrive and prosper, and it wouldn't be possible without you guys in CT2A. There's a $40 off coupon code running through Christmas Day down there. You'll get access to 34 videos and over 10 hours of high-quality content that's going to teach you everything from the most basic of technical analysis up through the more advanced concepts down here in the technical analysis portion of the course. If you guys are interested in that, that link is down below. More on that at the end of the video. But anyway, guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. One thing I want to get out of the way first and foremost before we even dive on into the technical analysis, guys, is the distinction between short-term and long-term technical analysis. As you guys will know, we have done some technical analysis on the channel, and it's brought me to the conclusion that Bitcoin is heading to around $5,000 to $5,300 in the next 2 or 3 months. That is longer-term analysis than what we're discussing in today's video. Today's video is going to be covering what will happen in the next day to the next week. These two theories, what we're talking about today and what we talked about 2 days ago, they don't contradict each other, guys. If we were sitting over here and we were predicting a low over here, then this rally right here does not invalidate the theory that we're going down here, obviously, because Bitcoin did that. So, guys, I want you to understand that. A lot of people don't understand. Short-term analysis does not invalidate long-term analysis. Unless Bitcoin gets above this long-term downtrend of resistance, the analysis that we did in that other video is still sound. With that being said, there is some analysis in this video that points to Bitcoin potentially rallying to that downtrend, so watch out for that. I want you to understand that, guys, because Bitcoin can have a long-term movement where it falls, but before Bitcoin falls, it can have a rally and then fall later. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into it. Guys, we're down here on the hourly chart, and as you will remember, over the last several weeks, Bitcoin tried to stage an uptrend here, and it just flat out failed. It was testing resistance against the 20 daily exponential moving average, which is sitting right about there, and we were not able to get above it. We failed, and we started to fall as a result. We fell all the way down to around $6,440 in the last couple of days, and from there, Bitcoin hit strong support and bounced 15% in 9 hours. Because of that, Bitcoin very quickly rallied straight back up to that downtrending moving average, the 20 daily, but we were not, unfortunately, able to get above it yet. That's the point of this video. Because from there, guys, Bitcoin started trading sideways in what we would see as a bull pennant that is formed by an ascending triangle pattern. If we go ahead and draw our trend lines right here, you can see that indeed this is an ascending triangle pattern. We have a flat top up there, and we also have a series of higher lows forming a bull pennant that is an ascending triangle pattern, and that does point bullish, which is good because this, the fact that we moved bullish into this pennant already points bullish. So this is very, very likely to break bullish statistically. The fact that it's a bull pennant and the fact that it's an ascending triangle pattern, both of those independently point to about a 70% likelihood to push to the upside. You factor them both together with the other things we're going to discuss in today's video, and I think this is actually a relatively concrete theory that we're going to be discussing in this video. Nevertheless, guys, before I give away the whole video, I want to show you some more technical analysis because out on the daily chart, some interesting things are happening. As you will see, the MACD did start to turn bearish when Bitcoin fell down here, but instead of Bitcoin staying bearish on the MACD, because we were below the zero level of the histogram, Bitcoin actually recovered, and we had a bullish cross a few days ago. That resulted in Bitcoin having bullish MACD, which is actually still, to this day, diverging bullish, which is interesting because you might not expect that considering how fast Bitcoin was falling, but nevertheless, that's what happened. Furthermore, guys, the RSI has bounced into a relatively neutral territory. We're looking at 45. And one more thing on the RSI that you guys need to remember is that we are still looking at bullish RSI divergence that has not been played out just yet. We have some higher lows on the RSI down here with a low around 21 and then a low around 28. And then we have our low on the candle bodies up here with a low around $6,900 and then a low around $6,400. That is called classical bullish RSI divergence. Those are 4 very bullish words for the chart, and they point up. And you know, the interesting thing is, guys, is that Bitcoin did have bullish RSI divergence before. We had this longer term downtrend here and this longer term uptrend right here with some long-term bullish RSI divergence. At that time, Bitcoin was unable to get above this key downtrending moving average right here, the 20 daily exponential moving average. I mean, seriously, guys, if you don't know what the 20 DEMA is, or just the 20 exponential in general is, you need to. It's one of the most important moving averages in technical analysis. And as you guys can see, Bitcoin has been trading under it for several days right now, and we're butting our head up against it. Bitcoin failed to get above that moving average this time, which is why we rejected and started moving to the downside. However, this time, we rallied straight to it, and now, guess what we're doing? We're bumping our head against it, guys. We keep coming up and testing it over and over and over again, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Every single day, Bitcoin is going up and testing that downtrend of resistance. And if you guys remember to CT2A in these 2 videos, gauging the strength of support and resistance and gauging the strength of the bulls and the bears, in both those videos, we talk about the concept of a market going up and testing a level of resistance over and over and over and over again. There's a reason that that level is being tested so many times. It's because the bulls are strong. It's because the resistance might not be as strong as you think it is. It's because that resistance very well may be about to get broken. And that's what Bitcoin is doing right here. We're testing it over and over and over and over again. A very key level of resistance that Bitcoin needs to get above, and if it does, will likely result in a bullish move. So okay, that's all well and good, but there's more that we can cover, right? Well, absolutely, guys. If we look down the 4-hourly chart, we're also going to find something pretty interesting here, and that is that Bitcoin is riding the 20 exponential moving average as support. So we're getting resistance on it right around here on the daily chart, and then we're riding it as support right here, which means we're moving into not 1, but 2 consolidation patterns. We're moving into one based on trend lines right here, and then we're also moving into a consolidation pattern based on moving averages. That can happen, and a lot of people don't realize that. You can have a consolidation pattern where 2 moving averages are constricting you, and you're getting pushed and squeezed in between them, and you'll eventually have a breakout just the same way as you would with trend lines. So what do we do when we're looking at a bullish breakout? What do we do when we're looking at a consolidation pattern? Well, simple, guys. The first thing we do is we look at our volume. So let's see what that looks like. Volume has pretty obviously been tapering off. You can see the 20 interval moving average that moves through volume is definitely trending to the downside right here. And if we go out to the daily chart, likewise, we can see the volume is just falling off a cliff. Look at that. The last 4 days, volume has been next to nothing. But wait just a minute, guys. I know you already see where I'm going with this, but there's more analysis that we need to do because there's actually more things pointing short-term bullish right now. Check out the shorts chart, guys. Have you guys been watching the shorts and the longs recently? This is a little crazy. Look at the shorts chart over here and look at what it's done for the last 4 days after Bitcoin had that 15% rally. The shorts dropped 60%, guys, and the shorts were already only at 10,000. The shorts were already a quarter of where the longs are on Bitfinex, and now they're at a tenth of where the longs are. These longs sitting in all-time high territory over here on Bitfinex, they're still up here around 47,000. And yeah, I know, I've kind of discredited the Bitfinex longs and shorts recently, so if we go over to Blockchain Whispers, which, by the way, I've heard some people say some bad things about Blockchain Whispers. I don't know anything about Blockchain Whispers other than I use them for this. If there's any other website that I can find Bitcoin longs versus shorts that you guys would recommend, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm perfectly happy to switch. I have no bias towards this website. It's just one that I found. But over here, nevertheless, we can see that longs are now in the majority on BitMEX, and they're actually getting there on Binance. BitMEX had 45% longs, and Binance had like 19% longs about a week ago, and now even these exchanges are flipping. All 3 of the major margin and derivatives exchanges are starting to become more bullish short term. And the reason for that, guys, is because the technical analysis right now, for the last 7 days and for the next 7 days, we're talking short term, is obviously very bullish. So that brings us to conclusion time, guys. Bitcoin is obviously looking pretty bullish right now. We see that it has rallied, it has moved into a bull flag. You can even see it out here on the daily chart. We have the flagpole right here, moved into a bull flag. This bull flag is an ascending triangle pattern, which normally breaks bullish. Bitcoin's volume has been deteriorating, which is indicating a breakout relatively soon, because you like to see that in consolidation patterns before breakout. The momentum is already to the upside because that's what Bitcoin was doing when it moved into that consolidation pattern, so we would expect a bullish breakout. Longs are up, shorts are down, short-term sentiment seems to be bullish. We've got bullish RSI divergence and a bullish MACD cross, and Bitcoin looks like it's about to break a key level of resistance on the daily chart. So what does this mean for us? What's the prediction? Well, guys, I think it's pretty obvious. The prediction is that Bitcoin is going to break bullish here, and it's going to break this downtrending moving average, the 20 daily exponential. And that'd be pretty big, guys, because the last time that Bitcoin broke this moving average was when it rallied 45% in a day. I met a subscriber named Max. Hi, Max. He was telling me about a friend of his that lives in, I think it was either Singapore or Hong Kong, and his friend made $150,000 on this move because he was using leverage and a lot of money. The dude 100x traded this. I know, the mad lad traded that with 100x leverage. I'm not saying that Bitcoin's about to rally 45% or 30% or anything, but I could see Bitcoin rallying to our downtrend of resistance that we've been looking at for quite some time here, this red one. Bitcoin has moved up to this downtrend of resistance several times, and it would honestly be the price target if Bitcoin breaks out here. And guys, that's not an insignificant move. That's about a 12% move. Throw 5x leverage on that, you're looking at a 60 to 70% return, depending on exactly where you enter and exit. So as far as what's the trade, here's the trade, guys. And the first thing I want to say is that this is not financial advice. I want you to do your own research, your own analysis, and make your own decisions using your own thinking. But with that being said, guys, the trade here is to watch out for a Bitcoin breakout to the upside. If we break above the 20 daily exponential, that is a place that you could consider putting in a trade, maybe around $7,350. If you're going to leverage trade this, I think that's a fine decision. I would keep it below 10x though, because you want to make sure that your liquidation price is not too close to you, because it is possible that we break bullish here and then have a little wick up like we did here and then reject and fall over. That is very possible, so be careful for that. You might want to use a trailing stop loss on this if you're on one of the exchanges that allows you to do that. And guys, again, before I wrap out the video, I want to mention what we're discussing here is short-term analysis. Everything that we looked at on the weekly chart and the monthly chart a few days ago, all of that still holds true. All of that is still looking relatively bearish. You have to understand, technical analysis on the minute chart is going to contradict technical analysis on the hourly chart, which is going to contradict analysis on the daily chart, which is going to contradict analysis on the monthly chart. All four of those are totally different realms. It's almost like they're entire different currencies that you're analyzing. They don't have a whole lot to do with each other, except for that longer term trends will almost always invalidate shorter term trends. Right now, guys, the longer term trend is bearish until proven otherwise. And to prove that trend otherwise, Bitcoin needs to break this red downtrend of resistance right here. If Bitcoin rallies up to it and starts testing it, great. If it rejects, then the bearish argument is still intact. If Bitcoin breaks bullish here, then there you go. Now we got our breakout. Now Bitcoin can run off to the races. Then I would be wrong. But guys, you need to understand something. Longer term analysis is not invalidated by a tiny move. Well, what we're discussing here is a pretty tiny move compared to what we were discussing a few days ago. So don't come crying to me when Bitcoin breaks bullish, just like I just said it would, because I said a few days ago that Bitcoin is probably going to go to $5,300. It might seem like on the surface, if you're newer to technical analysis, that those two things contradict, but they don't. There are many different routes that Bitcoin can take to $5,300. And by the way, guys, I'm not saying that to feed the haters. I'm genuinely saying that to teach you guys, because it's important that you understand long-term and shorter-term trends are completely separate. They have something to do with each other, but they're not mutually exclusive. One predicting bullish and one predicting bearish do not necessarily conflict. Might seem like that on the surface, but it's not necessarily true. So guys, I hope you did enjoy today's video. Before we wrap it out, I do want to remind you of the sale running on CT2A. The sale is going to be running for another 72 hours through Christmas Day. So if you guys want to learn everything you need to know to do technical analysis in the way that we just did, make the price prediction that we just did, understand how the market is going to move before it moves so that you can go and make profitable trades and make some money in this market, it's important that you invest in your education. And CT2A is an academy that has over 1,000 members to back up the claim that it is worth every single penny. For a limited time, there's a $40 off coupon code going on down below. You're going to get access to 34 videos, 10 hours of content. We have a 14-day money-back, no questions asked refund guarantee. And you get access to CT2A forever. There's no subscription period. It's yours, done. By the way, not only do you get access to all current content, you're going to be getting access to the massive revision we're doing to CT2A later on in Q1 of next year. I want to come through here and add another 16 videos, and the price of CT2A will be increasing when I do that. So if you want to get in before that happens and get access to all of that new free content without having to pay anything extra, now is the time to jump in. Everything that we discussed in today's video, everything you saw me do in today's video is covered in this academy. From gauging the strength of support and resistance to the bulls and the bears to the 20 exponential moving average to short-term versus long-term technical analysis, bull and bear markets, statistics and probabilities, continuation patterns, wedges and pennants, RSI divergence, MACD, moving averages, literally all of the things that we covered in today's video are in this academy. If you want to learn how to do technical analysis, this is a great place to start. The link is down below, and I encourage you guys to join us. If you don't like the product, shoot me an email and I will give you your money back. And also, guys, if you're not totally sure whether or not it's for you, what you can do is you can join our free Discord server link down below and say, hey, is anybody in CT2A? Can I get your take? Is it really worth it? Is the academy worth it? Is it a good investment for me? Can I hear your take on it in the DMs where Jeb can't see our conversation? If you want to talk to some of our students, I encourage you to do so. I believe in my product and I know I've given my students a good value, so I would love for you to go and talk to them and see what they have to say. I encourage you to go get private testimony, not some screenshot that I took and put on a sales page that I could have photoshopped. Go talk to our actual students. So with that said, guys, I do want you to understand the reason that we sell CT2A is because it helps you fund this channel. I'm about to spend a lot of money upgrading stuff here in the studio, and the way that we're able to continue increasing the production value of the channel with all the graphic design and paying Taylor's wage and paying for camera equipment, microphone equipment, and lighting equipment, and a studio to record in. The reason that we're able to do that is because you guys generously join us in CT2A in the first cohort. So I do want to say before we wrap out the video, thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping us to be able to build what we've built here over the last 2 years. I'm really looking forward to the next 2 years. I'm really looking forward to 2020. We're going to do some amazing things here on the channel in the next couple of years and even in the next couple of months. Guys, in the next 3 months or so, I think you're going to be amazed by the amount of quality that's going to be coming out of this channel. And like I said, it's thanks to you guys subscribing to the channel, joining CT2A, joining the first cohort, and helping to build this. I might be the figurehead for all of this, but you guys are the ones that are supporting it. So seriously, I thank you. Like, really, thank you. Guys, we're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers before the end of the year, so if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below. We're on track to do it, and I would love to see it happen. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button for daily cryptocurrency content, and also if you haven't already, please, if you did enjoy the video, smash that like button. It helps out the YouTube algorithm, helps get the video ranked, more people seeing it. It helps to spread the gospel of Bitcoin, as I like to say. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. I do want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.